If you understand the personality of Peter, you recognize that oftentimes there wasn't too many thoughts that were left unvoiced, nor was it an opportunity to try to look good. As he asks Jesus this question and gives a possible response, how much must I forgive? 7 times? That was being very generous. But Jesus takes the opportunity to teach a very important lesson, not 7 times, but 77 times. In other words, always. It's not 77, 76, 75. No, it's a fullness of forgiveness. And yet, as they say, easy words to say, hard words to do. In our lives, when we feel somebody has done us wrong, that we want justice. And in that justice, like the servant, wants it paid back. And Jesus uses it as a wonderful teaching opportunity. In our lives, how often have we been forgiven by God? And in that love and in that gratitude, how do we respond back? How do we share that forgiveness with one another? How do we let go and let God? How do we turn and say, Lord, I need your grace. I can take and say, I'm going to carry this around, and that weight wearing us down to no one's benefit. Or I can ask God, Lord, help me to understand how I can turn this to you to be an example of the forgiveness you've already given to me. And in that grace and in that beauty, to continually mirror God's love. This week we've had a number of different martyrs, Lawrence, and coming up on Saturday, St. Maximilian Kolbe. We also celebrated the feast of St. Clare, and the cross that she holds, the mirror with Jesus' face, is very much her attitude of how do we allow Jesus to be seen through others? How do people see Jesus in me? And one of the most clear ways is that compassion, that mercy. Maximilian Kolbe, when he went to Auschwitz, he had been definitely proclaiming very loudly the teachings and love of God and the difficulties in the world at the time. And yet, it is when a family man comes up and says, who's been sentenced to die in the starvation bunker, begs for his life, Maximilian Kolbe stands up and says, I'll take his place. Who are you? I'm a Catholic priest. That mercy, that forgiveness is so loud that the church holds it up as a martyr of charity. How do we stand in the other's place? Because Jesus did that for each of us. And as he has already done that, what's our response? We're asked to forgive. We're asked to realize that how we forgive is how we will be forgiven. May God's grace continue to be at work in our lives, knowing of his mercy, his compassion, that we might share it.